Ammoru. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate my full stack project, Multi-Tenant SaaS Platform, which is project and task management system. This project is designed as a production-ready SaaS application where multiple organizations can register independently, manage their own users, projects, and tasks with complete data isolation, and also a role-based access control. Before going to this demo, let me briefly explain what this project is about. This application follows SaaS model, meaning a single application serves multiple organizations, which can call as tenants. Each tenant has its own users, projects, and tasks, but all tenants share the same application and database rights. Here, the key challenge solved here is multi-tenancy, which is strict data isolation, ensuring that users from one tenant can never access another tenant's data. Let me move into stack. Here, technologies we are used for on the front end. I have used the React, which provide the fast development and experience and modern UI rendering. On the back end, I used Node.js with Express.js to build REST APIs and handle authentication and authorization and tenant isolation and business logics. Authentication is implemented using the JWT token and passwords are securely hashed. And for the database, I used Postgres, which showed all the tenant users, project, and task and edit data. The entire application is fully containerized using Docker and Docker Compose, allowing the front-end, back-end database to run together with a single command. Now let me look at the system architecture. The project is a three-tied architecture consists of front-end, back-end, and database. The front-end runs on the port 3000 and communicates with the back-end using REST APIs. The backend runs on port 5000 and contains all the business logics and authentication and authorizations. The database runs on the PostgreSQL on the port 5432. For multi-tenancy, all the tables including tenant ID columns. When a user logged in, the tenant ID is extracted from the JWT token and all the database queries are automatically filtered with using this tenant ID. Now I will demonstrate the application starting from the front end. This is the tenant registration page. Here, a new organization can register by providing the tenant name or unique subdomain with the admin credentials. Let me enter the new organization here. Once the tenant is registered, the tenant admin account is automatically created and it will redirect to login page. Now let me enter the credentials in this login phase. Tenant users log in using their mail, password, and subdomain. But super admins can also log in without subdomains. Recently, we mentioned here the speed subdomain, right? But we entered the care, so it will not found here. Let we enter the subdomain speed. So after successfully entering the credentials, we will navigate to the dashboards here. Now I will walk through the main pages available in this front end. This is the dashboard page where user can see an overview of this project's task and the statistics. And the project page where the all projects belongs to the tenants are listed here based upon status. We can filter here. That we can also create the projects here, and each page is dynamically filtered based upon the logged in tenant and the user role. Now, let me move into the user management, which is accessible only in the tenant admin. Here, I will create multiple users with same tenant. I will create two admin profiles and two regular normal profiles here. Let me create one profile. See, it will ask the full name, mail, and password and user role. Let me enter Kiran. We have to choose the normal user or tenant admin. We can assign the tenant admin and add user. See, the user was added here. Let me add a normal user one more, like Raju. Let me keep it as a normal user and add user. See, we can add the users and we can also filter here by using tenant admin or normal user, and we can also search by name or email. This will demonstrate the role-based access control with tenant. Now I will explain the project management here. Here I have multiple projects with different status such as add to, achieved or complete project. Each project belongs to strictly to the tenant and cannot accessed by users for other tenant. Let me add one project, and the project title is art collection. Describe the project and save the status active or achieved or complete. See, the project is added here. Let me add one more project which is completed. Point collection. Let me save it as a completed. See, here there are two projects which is completed and another one is active. Let me see the complete detail about this project. View full details. See, the complete overview on the statistics of this project is here. We can filter based upon the status, to do or progress or complete. We can filter based upon the priority. We can filter based upon the assigned. See, we are you created Raju, Kiran, and care admin is the admin, right? So let me ask one task here, like collecting only paintings, oil paintings. Let me choose one in progress. Let me give a higher priority and assign to the Raju. And due date is, let me give up to 18. Create the task. See, we we can filter here. The task is collecting oil paintings, and this is to-do list. We can also here modify the status, and this is the high priority. We are assigned to unassigned. So let me add one more task, which is assigned to the admin, like complete login page, which is to do medium assigned to care admin. The task is added here, which is filtered to awesome. The status here are the tasks which are inside here. Creating multiple tasks and assigning them to the different users. Each task has attributes like title, description, priority, due date, and assigned users. Right. User can update their task, such as moving task from to-do list to in progress or completed. This demonstrates the collaborative task management within a tenant. Let me go to dashboard here. See, there are two projects we have created and two tasks we have created. Which one is completed and one is active. So, no task assigned to me. We are not assigned any task to the admins. This is and it is the project page and this is users page. Now let me briefly walk through the code structure. This is my front-end folder structure which contain the pages, components and content and API services. And this is my backend folder structure which include the controllers, middlewares, routers, services and validates and migrations. And the authentication middlewares validate the JWT token and extract the user ID and tenant ID and role. The tenant isolate is enforced in the every API, but filtering the data using tenant ID only.